Indian cricket is going through a trial by fire, and one of the people under the scanner is head coach Gautam Gambhir. The fact that India has encountered one loss after another has only put the coach under sharper focus. What's worse is that Gambhir has been accused of bringing in dictatorship culture to the setup. Reports say that there is a hint of a rift between senior players in the side and the head coach. The fallout of the fiery battle that started in Australia only seems to be getting worse. So where have these stemmed from really? What's the reason for these kind of talks to emerge from that Indian setup? It is believed that Gambhir wasn't pleased with some of the players, was not happy with how some of these players had specific demands regarding hotels and practice timings during the Australia tour. And on the other side, you had senior players feeling there was a lack of communication coming from Gambhir's end, resulting in a bit of a tussle between these two parties, leading to comparisons between Gambhir's stint right now to that of Greg Chappell's back in the early 2000s. Both of them entered the Indian dressing room with a lot of fanfare, a lot of focus and attention. Chappell had an unceremonious exit, of course. After raising chaos and ruffling feathers, he was at war with the seniors in the side. Some believe that is what is happening now. Probably a milder version of that is what this standoff is all about in the current Indian dressing room.
Either you be like a Ravi Shastri, who would be media friendly, or be like Rahul Dravid, Gary Kirsten, or John Wright, who would remain aloof. The Chappell way doesn't work in India. Gambhirs or Shastris or Dravids will go, but players will stay.
There seems to be a pattern of harsh parenting. Take what happened during the Australia tour. The dressing room leaks after that Melbourne test painted Gambhir in a certain light. Yes, that loss at MCG would have hurt, and India failed to take advantage of the situation. They threw away a lot of the opportunities, but the leaks pointed out how Gambhir wasn't pleased with players taking their places for granted. Also revealed his stern side, that dressing down struck many the hard way. And it was following that talk, Rohit Sharma, India's captain, sat out of the all-important Sydney test, the last test in that series. All of this, of course, points to some level of tension in that dressing room. And it isn't just the players who seem to be agitated with Gambhir. BCCI management is not too pleased with the coach either, especially with Gambhir's personal assistant. The BCCI is displeased with Gambhir's personal assistant being present just about everywhere. In all of those key places, the hospitality box, even the cars where they're traveling in, they're upset with the lack of professionalism being displayed here. The scrutiny is such that the management seems to be set to hand out Gambhir a deadline to deliver. In fact, they've also requested him to keep his personal assistant aside and away from all of the team gatherings and those important places. But here's where it's at. There is possibly a deadline for him to deliver, or at least start showing results. It is believed that the Champions Trophy is going to be a make or break for Gambhir if he intends to hold on to his seat. The comments come as no surprise, especially when we know Gambhir wasn't the lead choice for this role. When you know Gambhir is at the helm of affairs, though, it comes with a caveat. It accompanies certain knowledge. He isn't the sort where you just wouldn't know what to expect. Gambhir has been clear in that regard. There won't be any cloak and dagger stuff, no surprise elements there. He's a hard taskmaster, and that's what you are bound to receive. Which is why he's found support from few cricketers that he's shared dressing rooms with in the past. I get these comments, everything will seem well and hearty, especially when you're winning, when you're on the winning side. And Kolkata's IPL franchise, when Gambhir was around, even as a captain and as a coach last season, was a winning dressing room. Maybe Gambhir's methods are too straitjacketed for some in the national side, something not everybody is entirely on board with and is yet to come to terms with. As India coach, Gambhir wants his word to be the final one. His word that will determine how the dressing room functions and behaves. That's why he signed up for this. He wishes to end that superstar culture that has surrounded Indian cricket for ages now. A culture where a player is put above all else, the game, the team. Had results been coming in though, the same Gambhir would have been praised for his fearless, stern approach, because you will not rattle or disturb a winning combination. So yes, while there is some simmering tensions, the losses have not really helped Gambhir's vision, his cause, his agenda. Without results, even the straightforward Gambhir has been made to look to be a dictator. The question is, can this be the workable solution in a very complex dressing room like the Indian men's cricket team and with Champions Trophy around? Should Gambhir ask himself how much is too much?
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.